welcome to the broadcast today. I have Melanie McLaren with us today with Dragonfly 360 here in Carmel. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about allergies and what's going to be coming up in the spring. And what she can do about it. So Melanie, go ahead and introduce yourself and we'll go from there.
Thank you. Well, I am a naturopathic doctor, but I also own Dragonfly 360. So we are a wellness center. We have, in addition to the naturopathic services, acupuncture, massage, infrared sauna, full yoga schedule. And then the naturopathic medicine, in essence, people come to me with chronic health issues, and I'm just trying to find the underlying cause to those issues. And a large part of that I'll use the NAET, which some people pronounce NAET, some people pronounce NAET, but it's an acronym that stands for Nambudrapad, who's the doctor that created it, allergy elimination technique. And then I also use, supplements and homeopathy, essential oils. So a combination of those things to help people find balance in their body and treat the underlying cause of the health issue.
Yeah, I always pronounce it because her name's so long. I say that it's the natural allergy elimination technique.
Yeah, and it's nice because it's gentle, it's non-invasive, kids love it, there's no needles. So it is a wonderful treatment.
So tell us what this is specifically.
Sure. And like I mentioned, it's non-invasive. It's very gentle. It's acupressure. In a nutshell, when I explain it to people, I just say it's acupressure treatment for allergies is probably the simplest way for people to explain it. So it's largely based on Chinese medicine. There is kinesiology, the muscle testing. But what happens is typically the patient, unless they have severe allergies or anaphylaxis to something, they're holding the allergen during the treatment as I'm doing acupressure on them. And then after the acupressure part of it, they also continue to hold the allergen for about 15 to 20 minutes. And that allows the body to get reused to the allergen. So it's, like I said, it's one of those treatments. It's so simple. It's hard to believe it works, but it does. And it has the science behind it. My bachelor is actually in engineering. So I, of course, wanted to understand the physics behind it. So it actually largely relies on interference, like a physics principle. But Chinese medicine has been around, over 2,000 years. So that's the foundation of it. And then once they're treated, if it's a food we're treating, a food sensitivity, then they need to avoid it for 1 day. And then that's clear. If it's an immediate food allergy, it's a little bit different process. I just want to make sure they don't have that allergy anymore before they consume it, of course. And the anaphylaxis is the same. Environmental allergies usually will clear in that 1 day period too. So like molds and grasses and trees, typically people will clear just in that one treatment.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's pretty amazing. It's my favorite thing I do because people generally notice like a difference like right away.
So do you also, do like intolerances or is it just allergies?
No, it works for intolerances and sensitivities and also the allergies. So like I said, with the intolerances or sensitivities, that will clear in a day. So if someone has like a dairy sensitivity or intolerance, they come and they do the treatment, they avoid it for 1 day, and it will be cleared. Like they can eat it and have no symptoms again. As long as we've taken care of everything else, like, if it's cheese, it could be a mold allergy, so as long as the dairy is what's causing the problem. And I do like to allergy test people ahead of time as well. And generally it's a blood test. If they've already had allergy tests done, that's awesome. That does help. But I don't necessarily have to. If people just know I have a sensitivity, that can be treated. But if I feel like they have immediate allergies, it does help to allergy tests.
Right. Yeah, because you don't want to give it to them and then have them have an issue.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just kind of knowing the degree. And sometimes people just don't know, they don't like, if you have kind of multiple sensitivities or allergies, it's really hard to tell what is causing the issue. So that's where it becomes just a little bit more clear. And then I can also tell them like how many treatments they might need too. It gives us a little bit better plan. But again, for sensitivities, I don't necessarily need that. And I can also blood test for the sensitivities too, if, we need to know that.
Mm-hmm. That's good to know. What ages do you start with? Do you do infants?
Yep, any age, all ages. For infants, I would use someone else, like one of the parents, to be the surrogate. So they would hold the baby, and so they kind of act as the surrogate for the treatment. And it works. I've done that many times. So there's no issue there. The only issue with the infants is, them holding still, but they can bring toys, or, if they're old enough for books, I have books here. And, and with kids that want to get up, I can actually put the vial like in their sock or something. So, they're not holding, but, so it works out. We always find a way to get it done.
How long is the treatment typically?
So it's a 30-minute appointment. The treatment itself is about 20 minutes. Okay. So just giving us time to, explain everything. And then if there's avoidance, going over that. And children love it. They think it's a game because we're doing the muscle testing. So when someone holds something their body doesn't like, the arm will go weak. And then when we do the treatment, they get strong. So they love it. They're like, oh my gosh, you made me stronger. And I think energetically they feel it more too.
Yeah.
So like literally they'll run in and like jump on the table. Like they don't have a problem at all with it. They like it. I think it feels good to them. And they also just kind of think it's a game. So they do, and they respond really well to it as well.
Yeah. Kids are awesome.
They are. I love them. I love seeing them. They do. And, the other thing with the NAET treatments, usually people ask me, are there any side effects, from doing it? And there's not. Typically if it's allergies or food sensitivities, it's going to help with those, but also it does help just kind of the mood and sometimes the behavior of the child. Sometimes parents will be like, oh, they're so nice now, because if you have that histamine response going all the time, your body is just in this, overload. So it can help with also focus issues as well. And in fact, there's a global study that's going on right now with NAET with autism. So, from my website, dragonfly360.net, you can get to the NAET website, which is just NAET.com, and you can read all the studies that have been done. So this has been going on since the 80s when Dr. Namboodrapad created NAET. So there's studies, and now they're in the middle of a autism one, which is awesome.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, it is. It's great.
So it's not typically just a one session thing. Could it be, does it work every time, or is there some cases where it doesn't work and you have to do maybe more supplements or things like that?
Yeah, so what I tell people, this is dealing with the energetic body. So as long as we're addressing everything physical too. So the example I give is if someone comes in, they're eating McDonald's 3 meals a day, and they're like, I want you to treat me for my allergies. I'm just honest with them, like, unless you're going to change your diet, I can treat them, but it's probably not going to hold. Like, you're not giving yourself nutrition. So we have to address any physical imbalances as well for it to hold typically. That being said, with kids, it's not as much, as long as they are eating healthy. But sometimes some supplementation just depends, if someone does end up being like extremely vitamin D deficient, that can help and just help it hold. So yeah, there is that and that's why I explain to people, this is helping with our energetic body. And then if we test like micronutrients or make sure you don't have like yeast overgrowth or something like that, and we're addressing that too, that's kind of that perfect combination, right. Where we get the physical and the energetic body working together. And then people just tend to get better faster if they can do both.
Right.
So you asked about the treatments, like about how many. I would say about, in general, 5 to 6 treatments. I tell people you're going to notice a difference.
Mm-hmm.
If someone has, that's where the allergy testing is nice, because if they have a lot of immediate allergies, they're going to need more treatments. If it's just food sensitivities, you're going to need less. So it is dependent. If someone has anaphylaxis, that's, a lot of treatments. So it just depends on what's going on, but usually within 5 to 6, you're going to feel better, and it may be less.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of an average that I give people. But yeah, and that's about it. I did live through chronic health issues myself, so that's kind of what led me to become a naturopath. And so I truly believe in what I do, and people can find balance in their lives, and I know you do too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and also we're located in Nora too.
Oh, you are?
We're right across from North Central High School.
Oh, okay. So you moved.
Yeah, I was in Carmel several years ago. Yep, that is true. Until you're right. So now you're right in Nora, right across from North Central.
Okay, wonderful. That's good to know. We're going to post her website in the comments section because our software here isn't letting us do that. So we had to use a different software today.
Yeah.
The NAET treatment really does work. I have had a lot of patients that get it done, and I actually refer out. So it's good to know that you did that. I didn't know that you were doing that. So that's great. Great to know.
Yeah, because you're working a lot with the children too. Yeah.
I would rather see things like this than going in for allergy shots. More natural approach to helping with allergies.
Yeah, and the allergy shots can be a big commitment. A long commitment.
Right.
And really, there's no contraindication with NAET. People can be on medications. There's nothing really. When someone is pregnant, I don't like to do the treatments until they're past 3 months of pregnancy. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's completely safe, any ages, and so.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming to talk to us.
I appreciate you asking me to do this.
Yes.
So I could talk about this stuff all day long. So
I know. Well, it's great information. I'm sure it'll be really helpful. And like I said, we will post her contact information in the comments below, and your phone number, how to contact Melanie. And if you have any questions at all, and if you want to post them in the comments, we'll make sure that she sees them. And then if you know somebody that has allergies, with the spring coming up, I know this is a big issue. I'm starting to see it already with some patients. Share this video with them, share it around, and let's get people healing from allergies naturally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Melanie.
All right. Bye.